I'm not saying I would come out unscathed. I'm not saying it would be easy. I'm saying because the actual main question is, what is the largest animal you realistically think you could take in a fight? And I'm saying I'm drawing the line in a full-grown pig. So I'm not saying it's gonna be easy or that I'm gonna come out. It's like I'm putting it at the limit of my physical capability. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I think I could probably take like a teenage pig. You know?
a teen pig,
A
a
teen
teen
pig.
pig. Like motherfucking time splitters, we're back with another episode. This is the PodBoyz Advanced Podcast. It's a weekly discussion where we go over the latest in gaming and throw in a little bit of whatever else we want to talk about. My name is Oscar. I'm joined as always by my co-host and best friend.
I'm Eric. What's up?
What's up, Robot Eric? What's going on over there? You good?
Yeah, I am okay. I now come with 5G.
Oh no.
Just kidding, dude. What's up?
How are your download speeds though?
Not good.
Not worth.
It's not optimized yet. It's not available in my area.
No. You hate to hear that.
Oh shit. Yeah, what's up, dude?
No, just chilling, fighting off TeenPigs. The huge crying.
I meant it, by the way. I meant it.
Crying a little bit because of the crypto crash. But you know what? We're buying dips.
We're here.
We're buying dips. We got them diamond heads. We're holding forever.
Y'all still have money?
Money? What's money?
What?
Money was nice.
Y'all still have that?
Money was nice.
Yeah, it's all good, man. This is the nature of actual like investing in crypto. Like we do this. It's gonna happen eventually.
Exactly. Like we were getting into nothing we weren't prepared for. We ain't putting in more than we were prepared to fuck with. So there you go.
Exactly.
But yeah, since you are a newly chipped individual, you are not partaking of the freedom juice tonight.
No, so how about you, sir? Tell me what you are drinking tonight.
I'm drinking this lovely passion fruit gose.
Ooh.
It's an ale brewed with passion fruit. It's from a line called Tanker Truck Sours.
Tanker Truck Sours.
Tanker Truck Sours.
We're gonna make your favorite gose.
He said the brewery is two roads. Two roads is driving a tanker truck down a road less traveled with the passion fruit gose. We kettle soured this ale in our own tanker truck trailer, a former milk tanker, like the ones on the front label, that's parked right on the grounds of our brewery, featuring a nose of big tropical fruit, the taste of light wheat, and a perfect harmony of tartness and sweet fruit that's mingled with a hint of salt to really bring the flavor to life. This tanker truck soured gose is the perfect route to refreshment.
It's Jimbo's favorite beer.
This is Jimbo Jangles' favorite beer. Our favorite friend Jimbo Jangles, who, by the way, fun fact, is who supplies us with the TeenPigs.
It's true.
Same farm.
True story.
Cheers to...
Cheers, man. You know what? I will bring out this oversized water bottle and drink from it.
Beautiful. Not even a bubbly. How dare you disgrace this channel?
I ran out of bubbly.
Artistry, man.
Dude, I just need... I have one. I just need like a kit with all like with my own bottle and all the other stuff. How is it, by the way?
It is delicious. It's got me doing a little dance over here for our
I see that.
It
It
is.
looks good.
They do not lie. It's sour, but it is very refreshing.
Can you taste the passion fruit?
Oh hell yeah, you can taste the passion fruit.
Nice.
It's like all you can taste. It's amazing.
Really? That's
Very good.
awesome.
Very tropical.
Tropical.
Tropicalia.
No guava in that one?
No, just straight up passion fruit up in this one. Not in this one, sir. Not today.
All right. No sneaky guava today.
So, Mr. Finals week, what you been playing?
Oh, absolutely nothing. Oh man, dude. It's been brutal. It's been brutal. I think I finished upwards to like in the past 2 weeks, I think I finished upward to like 20 to 25 assignments. I lost count
Damn.
between all of my classes. So I'm a little burnt out on the school stuff, but it's the last week of school. So I'll have until the fall to chill. But I actually have gotten a little bits of gaming in. I played Iron Banner with you
Yes,
a little bit.
We have played some Iron Banner a couple of nights.
On Monday, I played
It's Destiny for those of y'all not familiar.
It was actually Tuesday. On Tuesday night, I actually had a final, so I got out early from like my class. So I was on relatively early. I believe you were recording 8-hour chat at
Most
that
likely,
time.
yes.
Yeah, so I did get in there to play a Nightfall in Destiny.
Oh, okay.
And then we also played some Battlefield 5.
Oh yeah, I remember hopping
shits
into
and
the voice
giggles.
chat afterwards, and y'all were up in that Battlefield 5 nonsense. I was like, what's this? How's that?
It's not great, but it is fun with friends. It's no, I mean, don't be sorry. It's Battlefield 5. It's like kind of old game that nobody liked. So it's like Conquest is supposed to be like this like super big game mode. It was not getting full of players. This giant multiplayer. There's just no one playing the whole game.
Purpose of it, yeah.
So it was just fun, you know. Sometimes we hop into these random games that everyone just has because like they've been free on PSN or whatever.
Yeah.
And we just hop in there and play and just kind of goof around a bit. So that was fun. And then the other game that I recently went back to actually after a long time of just like rage quitting was Fury.
Fury?
Yeah, have you ever played Fury before?
I don't think so, no.
Dude, I think you'd like it. It's relatively cheap now, I think. It's like an indie game. And so the cool thing about Fury is like it's like a little slasher, but also like you get a little laser gun and it's super simple. Like you can slash, you can dodge, you can shoot lasers, and you can charge your laser. And that's pretty much, and you can parry, and that's it. And it's kind of like set in like, it's got like this cool like art style that's just like different. And then I don't know, dude, it's just a really cool game. I recommend it. It's really fun. And I quit playing it because it's really hard, like really hard. And I have only gotten to the second boss who keeps kicking my ass. Dang. And I still can't beat them. And it's like this like cyborg like robot lady on a unicycle.
What the fuck?
With a lamp for a face. And at one point during the battle, she pulls out a scythe.
So you're fighting like a demonic version of a Pixar lamp?
Actually, yeah, literally kind of what it looks like. Yes.
All right.
On a Pixar lamp on wheels.
Just what I needed for my nightmare fuel tonight. Thanks.
Yeah. Oh, and then it's a cool fight, but I've never beat it because it's just fucking hard. But I'm determined now. I kept seeing a bunch of videos about the game for my video game class, so I just like, oh, I have that game. I should just hop back in there. So yeah, it's a small game, indie game. I recommend it. But I played that like in my breaks. This is like a little multiplayer. I mean, not like single player game. Sorry, they could just hop into real quick and hop out.
Nice.
But that's
You
about it, man.
you also played one other thing, but it was almost a full week ago, so you forgot. But you did kick my ass pretty handily a bunch of times at Guilty Gear.
Ah, that's right. We
Yeah,
played the
so
demo
on
together
Saturday
and you
Saturday
rage quit
night,
on
yeah.
me.
Yes, Saturday night we pulled up the open beta or whatever, and we
Oh,
played
that
a few
was
matches, and then like Eric was beating my ass because I was just fucking around button mashing. And then towards the end, I was like actually looking up character. I was actually looking up the moves and like kind of getting the hang of it. And like we had like a pretty close match, and I almost like I was one hit away from beating this man. And he fucking just like takes half my like me down from like half a life bar with a fucking special. And I'm just like, fuck this. I literally like rage quit for the first time ever.
I
I just
can't
fucking
believe you
closed the
rage quit
game.
on
I was
me.
like, bruh, fuck this. It felt bad, man.
I'm sorry.
It felt bad.
I'm sorry. I was really trying at first. I was like, because I taught you how to play the game a little bit, and then you kept learning more stuff yourself, and then
Yeah.
so you got pretty good towards the end. If we would have kept playing, I think you would have eventually gotten a win.
I know that shit was just shit like that shit killed me. I was just like, no. It took over, man. The rage took over.
That's all
But
right, man. That was fun. Yeah, I
it
forgot
was
about
fun.
that.
Yeah, that game is super cool looking, man. Like I think like it's like in its own class of animation and shit like that when it comes to fighters. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's definitely like the whole Guilty Gear series is just like very specific, and they're the reason that we have like the all those Arc System Works games, you know, like Dragon Ball and stuff.
But yeah, super dope game. Other than that, uh, I've really just been playing. Other than the bit of Destiny I've played with you, just hopping into Iron Banner here and there. Um, as those of you who follow the channel know, I've been pretty streaming pretty heavily this week because I got pretty hooked into Mass Effect.
Yeah, dude.
I got the Legendary Collection. Started Mass Effect 1 earlier this week. I think I've streamed it 3 days this week for a few hours. And yeah, man, it hooked me from the get-go, man. It's a pretty cool space RPG. Got a bunch of cool alien homies that you can have on your party. There's like all the dialogue options are pretty in depth, and they actually have impact on your shit. Like the writing's actually pretty funny if you like
Pay attention.
pay attention and stuff like that. Like the lore and like the world they've built and all like the different species of aliens and how fleshed out everything is, like it's crazy, dude. I feel like I'm like walking around in an episode of Doctor Who or something like that with all the like different aliens and stuff like that. Like
Nice.
everyone has their own lore and shit like that. It's dope, man. Like it's a really tight and well crafted world. So it sucks you in quick. I even actually like I landed on this planet and you get this little like tank thing when you land on a planet, like a little rover type of thing, and it has like turrets and shit, kind of like a warthog. And I just was driving around blasting things with the cannon. I kept seeing like big old things drop down called Colossuses, and like I was just blast them with my big old cannon on my car, and then I got to a point where like there was this giant like rock formation where I couldn't take my car anymore. And I went through there and boom, got a cutscene and this giant boss dropped and
Oh,
instantly one-shot me.
was that in your last stream or
That
the
was the
two
very
streams ago?
that was the very end of a couple streams ago.
Yeah, I think I watched that. I
Yeah.
didn't I watched you in the car, and then I was kind of doing homework at the same time.
Mhm.
did my own thing. So like I was like, yeah, I had you playing in the background, and then I remember you being like, "What the fuck?" And
Yeah,
then
so
I
then
went back to look at your stream, and I was like, "Oh, what happened?"
yeah, so
So I missed it.
I got one shot by this thing, and I was like, okay, whatever. It was pretty late, so I cut it there, and I was like, I'll come back for revenge tomorrow. And I loaded up, and not only does this boss one shot me, but all the enemies around me, like one or two tap me, and all my teammates, and I barely damaged them.
Hmm.
So I think I abused the car and its overpowered fire cannons to like power my way to an area where I was like under leveled.
Oh,
So I was like, oh crap. And I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll just load an earlier save. Boom. My last save was hours ago. So actually ended up losing a bunch of progress. And the last stream I did was a kind of a repeat of the previous stream, but not really. I did my best to like keep it varied and like do a slightly different path, do a little bit of different dialogue options and stuff like that. But which is like is a testament because usually if I lose progress like that on a game, I get so like upset instantly and just like get
yeah,
put off
everyone
from it,
does. I do too, man, because
and
it
I
just
don't go back for
sucks.
a while. But like it's that good that I felt like I was like it's not a big deal. Like I'll keep streaming it. I'll do this again. I'll do different things. I'll do more side quests. Then I'll find more stuff to do because I know I missed shit and I did and it had a good time, man. I'm taking a whole ass different path now because I did some research on what's best depending on what outcomes you want and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with Mass Effect, but that's pretty much all I've been playing. I've hopped on Monster Hunter for like little bits at a time,
Right.
but haven't really gotten much progress. I still haven't beat Kushala Daora, which is my current urgent quest at level 30. So definitely need to hop back on that too. But yeah, that's pretty much been my week, man.
Nice.
Yeah, you want to go ahead and get into some of these topics, my dude?
Yeah, dude, let's do it.
Starting with Time Splitters coming back. So Deep Silver, part of Embracer Group / THQ Nordic. They bought this IP up a while ago, and people have been hoping to see anything come from it. You know what I mean? They're not. Hopefully, they're not just buying things up to keep them there, but we know that's not the case with THQ Nordic. And they've just announced that indeed they are working on a new Time Splitters game. But not only that, Free Radical Design, the studio behind the original Time Splitter series, including founders Steve Ellis and David Doak, are back to reform the studio to do this new game.
Nice.
Yep, and apparently they have like a super dope idea for it, and they're super excited for the future of the franchise. So there you go, man. Fans rejoice. We had been wondering about this since last year. I think we've talked about this a couple of times in the podcast since we first heard the rumblings of them buying them up and everything. So it's
Yeah,
finally
yeah.
here and it's finally announced, y'all. Time Splitters is back. What do you think, man? You excited? Did you play Time Splitters back in the day?
I think this was one of those games that like I rented and never played again.
I rented it on multiple occasions. It was one
You
of
know what I'm
those.
talking about? Like,
Yeah,
God,
it
man,
was a
that
GameCube game, so I had a memory card, so my save files like remained obviously. So it was one of those. I'd get it every now and then. So I actually had fun with that one a lot. It was like a sleepover game for me and the homie Jeffrey.
nice.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see it come back, dude. It's a pretty fun, dumb little shooter. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I remember having fun with it whenever I did pick it up, but it's been so long, man. So long.
it was yeah. We were literally kids at that point. But yeah, moving on from that, The Last of Us Part Two has gotten a slight upgrade on PS5, so it's not like a full next gen update, not full like PS5 version, native PS5 version. They just It's a 299 megabyte patch that basically bumps the game up to 60 frames per second. Still maintains the resolution, I believe, of 1440p
Yes, it does.
it had gained from the PS4 Pro boost. But yeah, for any of you out there who haven't played it or who want to replay it, you can now do so at a buttery 60 frames.
You
What
haven't
about-
you haven't played The Last of Us 1 or 2 yet, huh?
No, do you like? I don't know if I don't know. I don't know like that.
If
Or
anything, dude, like
neither Last of Us nor Uncharted like I really call
let
to me
me
or I have any interest in.
let me tell you this. If you're gonna play either of them, you're I wouldn't really, unless you get really into the story, I wouldn't recommend The Last of Us 2, in my opinion. Like, it's good, but it's not like the first one. The first one is, I played it late too.
I think I'm a
And
Naughty Dog hater.
are you? I think you are.
'Cause,
Just
like,
give it a shot.
what do you
Just
think
give
of
it a shot.
what about Uncharted?
I don't personally like Uncharted.
Okay.
I'm not into Uncharted. Uncharted to me feels like, maybe it's because I haven't like played any of them like all the way through, but to me it just feels like, I don't know, like it's like Guy Tomb Raider. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know what I mean? So it's like, if I'm gonna raid some tombs, I want to be Lara Croft, you know? I don't want to be Nathan Drake. So I don't know. I haven't played. I have the collection just because it was free and it's just sitting there, but I've never booted it up like ever.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. Far Cry and Uncharted, I lump those both together, and then they're both kind of no thanks. For
Far
me.
Cry have played Far Cry a little bit, and Far Cry is actually kind of fun.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
Ubisoft game though, so it's the same type of formula too, right? Like where you have to like go unlock towers to uncover the map and all that type of shit.
For Far Cry is like FPS though.
Yeah, but still, it's got that same type of thing going on though, right?
Kind of. There's more like open world
Because
exploration.
I remember I had one at some point for it was one of
Well,
my
well, okay.
it was one of my three
That's
PS4
you're
games.
talking about like the
It's
older
like
ones, old
no,
Far,
no, it was like
or
Far
just
Cry. It was like Far Cry 4 or something like that.
really.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought that one was okay. Like I played it with Elliot every now and then.
Yeah.
And it was okay.
No, it was just like generic action movie the game to me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, it definitely is like action movie the game Far Cry. Yeah.
Yeah, so
I'll give you that for sure. But
but
there's just a lot you could do in like Far Cry 4 and 5 actually. There's a lot you could do.
all right.
So
Moving on from that, we can move on to some sadder news here. Rest in peace to Kentaro Miura, the creator of Berserk, the anime and manga. Passed away earlier this month actually, at age 54 of heart complications. So a huge loss to the anime community. He was young, you know. He had put out Berserk and he had been working on it consistently throughout his whole life and everything like that. It's inspired countless other, you know, creators to create their shows and animes and mangas and stuff like that. So definitely a huge loss. Berserk is a fucking seminal classic, you know what I mean? So I don't know if you ever have checked out or got into Berserk at
I
all.
never got into Berserk,
So
unfortunately.
yeah, I've checked it out a bit. It was like one of the first things that I got into when I started reading manga.
Okay.
Like back on like fuck, I forgot what I think it was called Manga Fox was the website I would use. And the logo was a ripoff of the Mozilla Firefox logo. But yeah, it was one of the ones that I never got like too far into it, but I remember it was like always like really highly one of the top read ones on there. So I would
Yeah.
read it every now and then. Man.
If
It's super dope. It's like super high fantasy kind of like medieval type of sword shit, which is cool,
Right.
which you
So
don't see too
I've
much.
actually so I've thought about watching the anime,
Hmm.
but this might be a whole topic for another day, but I cannot stand the type of animation it is.
Oh, really?
So I can't like the whole like 2D kind of like 3D animation. You know,
No, I haven't checked out the anime at all. I've only ever seen like the manga is the thing.
yeah. So there's a certain like kind of animation. It's like it looks like anime, but it's like layered on like a little bit of like three-dimensional models. I don't know how they do it,
Hmm.
but it's doesn't look good to me. And I've had this like argument with a bunch of other people that like a bunch of other friends that like we talk about anime, and I've had this problem with various animes that I just can't get into
Like,
because I can't.
can you give an example of other? Because I don't know what you mean. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that in an anime.
Fuck, dude, this is really hard to explain. Like, I'll show you later. I'll find some examples and I'll show you later. If
Okay.
you're into anime and you know what I'm talking about, it's like this weird like 2D like anime style layered on like some like 3D movement. So like even when they move, it looks kind of it doesn't look fluid like in anime. It looks like kind of like clunky.
What? I
Like
have
I need to
never seen
I
that.
need
That's
to
insane.
I need to find like a good example and I'll show you because it's like it's to me it doesn't look good and like there's a bunch of anime like newer anime that does this kind of thing and it just like doesn't look good to me and it's just like not to me it's just like is trying really hard to like be like new but it's failing at it.
See, yeah, I would need to see it because yeah, I'm having a hard time trying to grasp what you even mean by it. But yeah, anyway, Berserk, super dope manga, super dope anime. Rest in peace to the creator. And but yeah, moving on from that, we can go ahead and move into some development issues over at Microsoft, specifically at Rare, as it seems that Everwild is having a hard time getting off of the ground, my dude. Apparently, uh, they showed a trailer back at the event, but according to a few people, they probably shouldn't have because there's really not been a lot of progress made. They've had to like kind of restart and reimagine what it is a few times, and I've it's gone as far as I've seen like a dev on Twitter say that like there is no game currently. They're kind of still playing around with gameplay ideas for it. So
Weird.
another Xbox game that was shown and promised to be coming relatively soon, or it was never given a date, but you know, you show stuff when it's ready to be shown, type of thing. You know what I mean? And it looks like this one's going to be a little farther off than people expect. So, what do you think, man?
I'm just like thinking when's Xbox gonna get these games?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck,
Yeah,
dudes. Like,
we shouldn't even get too far into this now because one of our bigger topics is basically this exact topic, but on a larger scale with a bigger
yeah. I
release.
mean,
So,
we could talk because
you know what I mean? Like, Microsoft needs to,
they need to do something or announce
while
something
while I
or
respect what they're doing because they're not, because again, Cyberpunk is still fresh in everyone's memory and minds, and they're giving these studios a creative freedom and the space and time to create what
yeah,
they
yeah.
want,
Which
and
as they
as they
should.
should, but at the same time, like you're trying to compete in this ecosystem, you're trying to sell consoles, you're trying to keep people who are spending
Spending lots
a
of
lot of
cash.
money, you know, $500 if you want the best experience minimum. Like,
Mm-hmm. It's
you kind of have to have an answer for that at some point. You know what I mean? Like, it's rough, man. Like, I'm already considering, well, not even considering. It's pretty much a a done fact that I'm probably going to be selling my Xbox Series X pretty soon because I have no need for it. No,
Yeah.
there are no console exclusives that are compelling me to keep it. I have this PC which has Game Pass on it, and everything that's on there is amazing. Plus, if there's really is there something I really want that's not on there, I could just pay for it and run it better than my Series X could. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if you have a PC, there's no point to owning it, and there's it's just hard. It's just hard to justify the purchase. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you for sure. I mean, we can come back to this because, like you said, we can totally lump this in with the other topic we got going. But I agree, man. There's just like something needs to happen.
Yeah, and then moving on from that, some Nintendo news. So we got some more titles added to the Nintendo Switch Online service. So on the Super Nintendo side, we have Super Baseball Simulator 1.0, Caveman Ninja, better known as Joe and Mac, My Fucking Boys, Magical Drop 2, Spanky's Quest, and on the NES side, we have Ninja Jaja Maru-kun. So this actually sparked, believe it or not, controversy amongst the Nintendo community and fan base. Everyone was being super angry and toxic about it, saying that like, oh, they're just releasing these bottom of the barrel games. Why don't they release Earthbound? Why don't they release Super Mario RPG? And like, while that's fair, I feel like they should be sprinkling in like a bigger game more often, or like do a big game and then some of these smaller games. Like, these are also like good classic games, like that people just automatically write off for the fact that it's not XYZ big franchise that they want on here. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
for example, Joe and Mac, like, I don't understand how people are upset. Like, that's like one of the best Super Nintendo games out there. Like, I remember playing that like for hours on emulators at my cousin Night Dev's house, man. Like, it's a super fun game, super dope little intro jingle. Like, it's a goddamn classic. And like, just because people don't know it and it's not Mario and it's not fucking some big Nintendo franchise doesn't mean it's a trash bottom of the barrel game. But it gets lumped in as that because it's old and it's not a big franchise. You know what I mean? And I think I think
Yeah.
it's upsetting, like that people like have to act kind of like that whiny about it. It's just like they're it's free games, play them or don't. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. They're just there. Like, it's not like they're entitled to be like, hey, here's this game
and
for free because it's old.
not even that, but like all these people like complaining, like are the same people complaining that Switch doesn't have games because they're not releasing like a big franchise every month. You know what I mean? When they
Yeah.
discount all the weekly releases, all the great stuff that releases all the time on there, but if it's not their cup of tea and if it's not exactly what they're looking for, what they're waiting for,
They just
it
dismiss it.
doesn't it doesn't exist at all, and there's
Yeah.
nothing on there, and Switch has no games, and why are we even doing this if you're releasing this? Like, come on, grow up. Not everything has to be catered to your needs. Like, for this is the best example. Like, everyone was mad about it, but I'm over here like Joe and Mac. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, what do you have any thoughts on this? Do you know any of these games? Are you excited to check anything out?
I actually have played the baseball simulator. And that's about it. I'm actually pretty interested in playing that Spanky's Quest game.
Yeah,
Like, it looks pretty unique. You know what I mean? I've never played it, but it looks unique.
little
And
monkey.
yeah, and when I saw this, it was like,
To be fair though, you have a soft spot for little monkey
I
characters.
do, I do, I really do. But I think they're pretty good games to like to play. I don't see why people are mad about it. Like you said, like it not everything that releases has to be like this big announcement, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like I would say y'all should think about it this way. Y'all better be happy that they're putting these games up on here for free. That you can experience them if you want to, you know? Some people are really into
Well, it's
old classic
$20 per
games.
year, but you know.
well, I mean, yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Like it's
No,
per
yeah,
year.
yeah, yeah,
Like come on. You can buy like just don't eat out for like a day.
yeah, basically. With in
Like,
this economy.
exactly. I don't know. I think these games are cool. I go back to the Switch Online collection every now and then, and I have fun with it. Find it something new to play almost every time, so it's
That's
chill.
yeah, I think that's kind of the point, you know what I mean? It's just like again, like yeah, some of your favorites are on there, but there's also some weird ass old shit that you've never checked out before. So maybe
Exactly.
step
Or
out of
you
your
just
comfort
didn't,
zone for
or
once, you know what I
stuff
mean?
that you just didn't have like access to back
Like,
in the
yeah,
day.
if it's trash, it's trash. But like
And
you
there's
can
a
say
bunch
you
of
try, like expand your fucking horizons, people. You know what I
there's
mean?
also
Like,
a bunch of like old games that I believe were only released in Japan at the time that are
yeah,
on
there's a
there.
few. Yeah, there's a couple.
Yeah, so even playing those, it's like, oh shit, like we didn't get this back in the day, you know? So
Exactly.
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on from that. So the Microsoft and Nintendo chat conversation keeps rolling around. More and more stuff keeps surfacing every time. And this time, Eric, it's back to that Epic versus Apple case. More stuff coming out. And you can scroll down to like halfway down the article here. So if there's a bunch of information that came out in a document from the case, and you can see there's a bunch of redacted blocks in it that Nintendo specifically requested to be redacted when this document was released because it contains competitively sensitive information about negotiations between Nintendo and Microsoft.
Oof.
Oof. So there you go. There's kind of the nail in the coffin. What could it be other than, putting some sort of, cloud service, either xCloud or Game Pass or something on Switch, or Nintendo partnering with them for Azure to use their cloud servers or something like that. You know what I mean? Something's
Yeah.
happening between them. They're talking about something for sure. You know what I mean? So
Maybe Nintendo games on Xbox.
that I would honestly drop, like I would, oh man,
What if that's the thing? Like
I will like
certain Nintendo games are coming to Xbox with like higher definition graphics and shit.
I will like cut one of my expensive cards in half if a Nintendo game ever goes to Xbox. Honestly, like I can see them working out Xbox Game Pass or XCloud on Switch, but I don't see Nintendo ever opening a two-way street on that. You know what I mean? At least in my
Mm,
opinion, they're too protective of their shit and their IP. You know what I mean?
that's true. That's true.
But I don't think I don't think that's Microsoft's angle. I think Microsoft, as we've seen, is just as adamant as possible to get Game Pass and XCloud on
Dude,
as many things as possible. So I
again,
think I don't think there's anything else it could be, honestly.
we'll talk about this again because this is like a topic for the whole time here, but I don't understand why Xbox is just trying to fucking Galactus this whole like everything, you know?
Because Eric, I think they've given up trying to win the console and gaming space in a traditional way. Like they've realized a long time ago that they're just not going to be able to compete sales wise with the others. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So they're like, all right, if we can't beat them in sales, we'll just
take everything from you.
we'll just be on everything and shed the skin of what we're expected to be. We're not competing anymore. We're just everywhere.
Hmm,
Whether you like it or not, you're consuming Microsoft somehow, some way.
that's
We've
true.
got you no matter what, no matter where it
That's
is,
true.
but we've got you. And in that sense, like if they
They have us.
succeed,
They got
if
us
they
already.
succeed and if they do end up on everything, they're right. They win.
That's true.
They're in every conversation. They're on every console. They're on every platform. Then they're everywhere. You know what I mean? Like that's
That's
it.
true. Yeah.
Galactus of
Yep.
games. Speaking of Galactus, Discovery is swallowing Warner Media. There's a
I don't know how I feel
merger.
about this.
AT&T finally, we had talked about it at some point last year or earlier this year, I believe, about WB Games possibly being purchased by people. Well, it finally happened. And it's a merger between Warner Media and Discovery. And now the future is uncertain for the 11 game studios underneath Warner Media's umbrella, including many favorites, including Rock Steady,
Mhm.
NetherRealm,
Monolith.
Monolith, TT Games, Avalanche Software, and then all the WB Game Studios, Montreal, Boston, LA, SF, SD, all those, man. Creators of some of the best franchises, creators of some of the best games we're looking forward to currently, including the new Harry Potter, the Hogwarts game,
Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights, the Suicide Squad game, like they got some shit coming down the pipeline. And this deal isn't set to close until mid next year, but still, man, we're gonna have to wait to see like what happens in this shuffle and where these studios end up, because I think it has been confirmed that studios are gonna be splitting up. It says that they are going to be split between Discovery and Warner Media or something like that. So
Yeah, they will
some
be
of the some of the gaming arm will stay with AT&T and some will go with the new company. So
yeah, so
fuck.
Oh, I don't know, man. I'm worried.
Worst fears have come true, y'all. I would at this point I would have rather Galactus swallowed them than this uncertainness, you know what I mean?
That's true. I mean, hopefully they see it as a way, like hopefully they're seeing dollar signs in this, because if they're if this company's buying all these studios, they gotta know that this stuff makes them money, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So hopefully they let them, I don't know, we don't know what's gonna happen. It could be terrible, it could actually be a happy accident, it could be good for all these studios to break away from that, but who knows?
I guess we'll have, like I said, we'll have to wait and see, but yeah, I'm a little worried, my dude.
I know. I am too, actually, because I don't know anything about like what like Discovery is or whatever, or Warner, like I don't know. So we'll see what happens.
Indeed we shall. But yeah, man. I think that's gonna wrap it up for the smaller topics, I believe. Yes, sir. That wraps it up for the smaller topics. Actually, that was the first of our main topics. I forgot to do the split there between it, but hey, who's counting, right? More Nintendo controversy, man. Nintendo came out just like Sony was out here dive bombing a couple weeks ago. Nintendo came out with the bad
Oh,
announcements this week.
before we talk more about this is I think we forgot to talk about a game that's on Switch. Shin Megami Tensei.
Ah, yes, we did skip right over Shin Megami Tensei.
It just
Releases
is about to come out, right?
Yeah, releases in a few days, I believe on the 25th. It's actually already available if you got the digital deluxe version. They did that kind of stupid shit where some people got it earlier. So that's why you see people playing it currently on stream and stuff like that. And reviews actually came out earlier today as well. It's currently sitting at a nice, pretty 82. So
Nice.
fairly positive reception. You know, Atlas RPGs are very highly acclaimed, especially as of recently with the hype behind Persona 5 and all that. So I don't know if it's gonna be a day one for me, just because I have a lot of stuff popping off right now game wise.
It's definitely not a day one for me.
Also, apart from the fact that it got a good Metacritic score, I follow the Shin Megami Tensei and Persona communities very closely on social media.
Mhm.
and the actual members of the community and fans of the games aren't very happy with the quality of the port.
Oh, really?
Apparently the audio quality is really fucked up. Apparently
Hmm.
it always had really bad sound back in the day on the original release, and apparently they've just basically done nothing for that, and they just remastered their visuals, but it still sounds absolutely horrible at some points.
Damn.
And just stuff like that. It's just said that it's kind of half-assed to an extent, you know what I mean? So a lot of them aren't happy with it. So I mean, I might wait for a sale on this one or something, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not in a hurry to play it. Like, just because, like you said, I've got so many other games that I need to get through.
Yeah, as big of a fan as I am of Atlas and their RPGs since I got into the Persona series, I don't want to drop $50 on a half-ass port, you know what I mean? Right
That's
away, you
true.
know, like
Yeah.
if I can wait and get it for a bit cheaper and still enjoy the game later, I definitely will. But might not be a day one for me, but we'll see how it goes. I'm weak when it comes to this shit too, so I might just pull. If I see it somewhere in like physical, I might just grab it, but we'll see. But yeah, continuing with Nintendo and Switch stuff. Like I said earlier, Nintendo loves making people angry this week. They announced a new amiibo. It's a dual character amiibo, including Zelda from Skyward Sword and a Loftwing, which are the little bird creatures that you ride all through the sky in that game. It's $25 because it's a larger amiibo. Usually those end up costing you a bit more. But the thing people are absolutely losing their fucking mind over is that it includes a very special feature. It allows you to fast travel instantly from any location in the game without having to walk to one of the little designated fast travel statues. So basically, quality of people are saying a quality of life feature is being gated behind a paywall of $25. And not only that, but we all know how the internet go. It's probably gonna sell out and be scalped to shit. You're muted.
I said, fuck yeah, it's gonna be scalped. Like, it's gonna be bad. Like, anything like this has been coming out lately. It's like the it's like the guy from South Park. You go on there and it's gone.
And she's got.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I hate it.
So, I don't know. I think the feature in and of itself is kind of unnecessary and a little game breaking if you can just do it from anywhere in the game.
Yeah, because it's
You know
like
what I mean?
automatic escape rope from anything, right?
Yeah, it's like an escape rope in Pokemon, but except you can use it during battle. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. I think it's more of like a type of like I've seen it compared more to akin of like a cheat code
Hmm.
on Twitter and stuff like that. And I would agree with that take. I'd say I lean more on that side. That it's just uh, dude, like it's kind of game
It's like
breaking at that point. So like, I wouldn't consider it a quality of life feature more than just like a dumb little cheat code. You know what I mean? And at that point, like
you're paying for a cheat code, essentially.
you're paying for a cheat code, and like it cheapens the experience of the game at that point. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I don't know. I think it is what it is. I don't think I'm not like super outraged about it or anything like that. I think it's dumb for sure, but I don't know. I'm not gonna like go lose my shit on Twitter about it or anything. You know?
Yeah.
What about you, man? You gonna cop this amiibo? Are you copying Skyward Sword?
I probably will.
Can I
I'll
ask you a
probably,
question that I've never asked you?
yeah, sure.
How many Zeldas have you completed in your life? Have you ever beaten any
Completed?
Zelda?
I've only ever completed Ocarina of Time, and it took me years to beat it on the 64.
All right, guys. Well, we had a good run. It's been a year, but I can no longer be friends with my best friend because
I'm
he's a
sorry.
fucking fraud.
I've played a bunch of them, and you know it. You know I've
I'm
played a
just
bunch of
kidding.
them,
No,
but
yeah,
they're so long and hard to complete, sir.
I've always known they're not that long. I've always known that you Haven't played many of them, so I was expecting that answer, but
Yeah, I know you were. You just wanted to out me.
I just
Dick.
wanted to out you. Yeah, but are you? But and I will out you again and put you on the spot. Are you copying Skyward Sword?
I probably will.
Cool. You haven't copied Breath of the Wild yet, though.
No, but
even though you keep saying you are.
I have it here. I've told you. I have a
What?
copy of it. I've been hungry for swords. I was playing
Hungry for swords.
I mean, not for sword, for tails. I'm kind of loopy from the stupid medicine, but yeah, dude, I've been hungry for tails. I literally got that copy of Breath of the Wild right before Monster Hunter Rise came out.
You did actually.
And then Monster Hunter Rise came out, and I haven't taken that cartridge out of my Switch.
It's a very good game in its defense.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. I'll get around to it though.
Yeah, the point is you need more Zelda in your life, my dude.
I do. Oh, you know what else I played? Oh, well, I can go. Like I said, I've played a bunch of them, but I've never actually completed them except for Ocarina of Time.
What'd you play?
Twilight Princess.
I love Twilight Princess. That's a lot
on a Wii. On a Wii.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, I own it.
Sorry.
We own it here on a Wii.
Yeah, so. It's good. I mean, I played it on the Wii. I played it on the Wii too, but with the GameCube controller. So.
That's the thing you can do, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I might do that too, because I hate the motion controls.
Yes, sir. But yeah, that's actually one I'm hoping they announce for, because they did a HD version for Wii U.
Like a port to Switch.
Yeah, I want them to do that double pack of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, which I'm hoping gets announced at E3.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, anyway, moving on to our last topic though. Back to Xbox and the lack of games.
Oh man.
So Starfield had been rumored to launch by the end of this year by multiple sources. Stuff like that was gaining traction. You know, the E3 rumors were circling around that it was going to be showed off there. Jeff Grubb stirred the pot with that a couple weeks ago, confirming that when it was released, it was going to be announced that it was going to be an Xbox exclusive along with PC. So it had a lot of eyes on it these past couple of weeks. It's been the big topic of discussion online. And a couple days ago, Jason Schreier decided to chime in on the conversation. Our good buddy Jason Schreier, formerly of Kotaku, now of Bloomberg, came out with a pretty blunt tweet and said, "Let me make this very clear. Bethesda's plan is to tease a release date for Starfield at E3. That date is in late 2022. Yep. I'll leave the specifics to them, but please keep your expectations in check and refrain from sending death threats when the other's rumors turns out to be false." When the other rumors turn out to be false. I had like a mini stroke there. I'm sorry.
It's all good, dude. I've been having them all night. Oh, geez. Damn.
So another one that's not coming for a very long, like, I mean, it's a year and a half at this point, which would be late 2022, which I guess in the grand scheme of life isn't that long, but in the scheme of
game world
of these consoles have been out for longer than half a year, and if you put them side by side with exclusive actual releases for that console and you realize Xbox doesn't really have any, then that starts to become a problem. Like, is the first true Series X game an exclusive gonna be Halo, like for real, like a year into the game, the life of the console?
I think it's looking like it, dude. And it's not even exclusive because you could get it on PC.
I mean, that's a whole other thing. I just want any sort of next gen experience on there that was like built for it. You know what I mean? Like, when is that coming? Like, we've had a few for PlayStation now, and we got Ratchet coming up pretty soon. Like, so I don't know, man. And Ratchet honestly looks like visually probably the best video game I've ever seen in my life visually. You know what I mean?
Which one? I'm sorry.
Ratchet on
Oh,
PS5.
Ratchet. Yeah, dude. It looks like it's gonna be some shit.
So like I don't know what Xbox is thinking. Like I said, I appreciate that they're not rushing people and like forcing crunch and like trying to get people to squeeze out
Yeah, but the thing is, dude, like,
games,
check it
but
out. Like, they acquired all of these studios, right?
mhm.
These studios must have had things in the works already, right?
That's the thing. The clauses and conditions of them acquiring a lot of them were saying that were specific in stating that they were going to honor and fulfill any work they were already doing, any contracts they were already a part of, and then start working for Microsoft. So we don't know what that entailed for a lot of these studios. We don't know how many things they had already signed contracts and deals for,
But what I'm
how long they were locked up doing other things for. You know what I mean?
right, I get that. But if like take Bethesda for like an example,
Mm-hmm.
right? So they had Deathloop, right? That's gonna come out. So these studios, most of them, have already been working on games for these next gen consoles.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they're gonna come out and all that, but like the thing is, like, yeah, you're acquiring all these studios and everything, but like, what are you doing with them? You know, like
Mm-hmm.
you're quick to announce that, like, oh yeah, we've got all the studios. We just acquired this one and this one and this one,
A
right?
total of 23
Yeah,
studios
they're
or
so quick to
whatever.
announce, but like, yeah, if they've got 23 studios, why can't they pull out one game? Why can't they have make an announcement that, like, look, this
Like,
these
why doesn't someone somewhere have something ready?
exactly, like, that's
Especially
what I'm
because,
saying.
again, like I said, we could give them the benefit of the doubt that a lot of them were like working on previous stuff and stuff like that, and that's fine. And there are like Bethesda is a more recent acquisition and all that, but a lot of these studios, like, this isn't they didn't just start doing this. A lot of these studios were acquired a few years
Yeah,
ago
that's
now.
what
You
I'm
know what I mean?
saying.
So
That's
like,
that's what I'm saying. Like,
I agree
they've
with
done
you. No,
this,
I agree
but
with you.
like, what are they doing with these studios? I can't believe that. I know, okay, mind you, I always got to bring it up because I get it. Like, COVID was a thing, the lockdowns were a thing, everyone moving to working from home was a thing. Yeah, it's tough and it was hard, but that still doesn't take away from the fact that these studios have been working on stuff since before then. So if you, like, are you not, like, whether it's being released Xbox exclusively or not, like, where are these games? What are these studios doing? Like, there's been very little news of anything that these studios have been like putting out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I feel you. I agree.
It's like, it infuriates me that they're like over here like saying, yeah, we got all the studios, and that's always the news. That's always been the news with the Xbox for the past like year and a
Acquisitions
half.
and
It's like,
acquisitions
oh
and
yeah, we bought this.
acquisitions.
Oh yeah, we got that. Oh, this is being added, and it's like, okay, so yeah, they're doing all that, but so far they've got nothing to show for it. And yeah, hopefully within the
Except a
next two
bunch of Game
years,
Pass games.
yeah, hopefully within the next 2 years, like, this changes and we do get maybe a few announcements and release dates at E3
But
for
that's
other
still
stuff.
2 years.
But that's what I'm saying
It's
though. Yeah,
two
exactly.
years.
By that time,
People
like,
like, people are already like, people like, okay, we just got Returnal. People were already like dying and clawing at walls and like criticizing Sony up the ass for not releasing anything. And it had been a few months. Like, how are people gonna react after it's been a couple of years and there's still nothing substantially new and good to play on this console besides Halo?
exactly. And you know what also grinds my gears? Every time I go onto Twitter on any like gaming thing, if someone posts anything about any other console, especially PS5 or even PC, you get all these people that go on there like, Xbox better. It's it's like, bruh. bruh.
Like currently in the current, like
Currently, no. Not
objectively no.
not now. Maybe in 2 years, 2 3 years when they actually have games, maybe then you can tell us that Xbox is doing shit. But up till now, it's just like they haven't been showing anything, and I feel bad for like people like you that bought this console and are super excited to like start playing new games specifically on this console,
And I
and
got it,
then
and
they're
honestly,
not
I got it
there.
for half and half, like old games too, because I have a bunch of like original Xbox games. But at this point, like, I'd rather honestly like find an original Xbox and mod it and get it to do all this crazy shit and just play them like that than really worry about this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Especially because
Uh
I don't really play them as much as I thought I would really, like, because it's just I'm too busy with other things. And like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like the time that I do get to play games, like I want to play my new stuff. I want to play my shiny new PC. I want to play my new PS5. I want to play my new
Yeah.
Xbox if I could, if there was anything to play on it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I think me personally, I'm just personally more upset that like I wanted both consoles to do well, regarding like PS5 and Xbox. I wanted both of them to do well. Like I'm not an Xbox hater. Like I wanted them to do well, and I wanted to have an Xbox Series X in my household, Like I wanted to have both, but like now they're making the argument for not buying one like better and better and better and better for me,
Mhm.
like it sucks. Like you're gonna sell yours for and there's a bunch of people I'm sure are on the same boat. Like what's the point? Like we both like go buy a PC at this point. You can play
Mhm.
almost anything on a PC right now. And PlayStation games, more and more of them are being ported to PC. So I don't know, man. It's infuriating that there's no news from any of these studios.
I agree with you, man. But yeah, on that note, we're gonna call it here for this week. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for joining us. If you made it to the end of the podcast, you are a true, what are they, Eric? You are a true time splitter, and we welcome you back with open arms.
Yes, we do.
If you want to find me on the internet, you can find me at Knife Life Osc, Knife Life OSC, pretty much everywhere. I am pretty much starting to ease back into streaming. So make sure you guys are subbed here at Knife Life Media if you want to check out some of my streams. Currently playing through Mass Effect. If you want to check out my other podcast, you can find it at 8 Hour Chat, pretty much everywhere you can find this one through audio, because that one does not have a video format. This week's topics are pretty wild, including realistic human flesh phone cover for your phone,
Excuse
and
me?
fighting animals, as teased in the intro of this podcast, and something else that was pretty. Oh yes, the 17-year cicada brood X. Let's go. They are here and they are emerging. So make sure you check out 8 Hour Chat for that.
What?
You can find Eric on the internet.
You can find me confused at what these other two talk about as Erky Plays everywhere else on Twitter, Instagram, on everything that you can find on the internet. Erky Plays.
Nice. If you want to check us out on audio, you can find us on Spotify, PodBoyz Advanced. Anchor puts us pretty much everywhere else that you would like to enjoy podcasts, including Apple and Google. So just search us up as PodBoyz Advanced. Subscribe to us wherever you'd like. Give us a review and a rating wherever you can, and we'd really appreciate that. But other than that, just share with a friend. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
Join the Discord. Link is below. You can send in questions through there or our Twitter. But that's pretty much going to do it for us here this week. Until next time, my name is Oscar.
And I'm Eric.
And we've been the PodBoyz Advance. We will see you guys next time. Later.
See ya.
Don't eat the apple pies. And don't eat the cicadas. They are called land shrimp, but they are not to be eaten.
What?